Okay, here it is, the last day of August. Summer's winding down. Tomorrow's Labor Day. I'm here with Andy, who's written some books and some screenplays, and is very passionate about this. And he's going to talk a little bit about these projects, and I believe they're both called Driftwood, even though they may not be totally connected. But Andy, so let's talk about the book's Driftwood, which I think was early 90s, right?
Well, I began writing at a mere boredom at work on October 1st, 1992, and I just had written poem after poem after poem after poem, and I was going to stop writing after 40 poems, but the lady I was reading to said these words. She said, "Oh love, do not stop writing or you lose the passion for life itself." And after that, I just kept, now I've written thousands of poems later, I took her up on her wisdom, and let's just say I haven't stopped.
But would you say these are poems or books?
Well, there's actually right now there's 4 books of poetry, 2 stories. One's a conglomeration of short stories, parables, and poems, and another one's a conglomeration of poems and short story as well. So, but all that led up to, I learned how to write a screenplay in the end of 2004, and then January 2005.
Well, how did you learn how to read a screenplay?
Just a book. I only read like 2/3 of it.
Okay.
But
you didn't go to classes or anything?
No.
You read a book and you picked it up?
Yeah, so I had all this material, and then I was sick 3 days from work, and I just basically, I was on fire writing the first 3 days. At the end of the 3rd day, I was done the initial rough draft of Driftwood.
What was the season when you did this?
This was January of 2005.
Dead of winter.
Yes, and I just was home, and I was sick, but I just felt like I wasn't sick because I was writing so much.
Yeah.
And just copy pasting.
You were on fire.
Yes, thank you thanks. That's a good way to. So then I just started talking to people and different people, and I don't know, it just hadn't picked up. But then now I've rewritten. Now in the 10th year of rewrites, as of January 2015, it'll be 10 years total.
Is this one particular screenplay you're talking about?
Yes, it's 2 hours.
And it's called Driftwood.
Driftwood, yes. Sorry.
Okay.
2 hours and 5 minutes. I'll tell you the pitch. Can I tell you?
Go ahead, pitch it. What's it about?
Basically, the first scene is going to be a dumpster. So you know it has
dumpster.
Yes.
Okay.
And then fade to black. Then it's going to be 2 people in an apartment, Jeff and Chloe.
Okay.
And it's on their heart to go out.
What time of day is this taking place?
Evening.
Okay.
It's the evening time.
Okay.
But they walk into a diner.
Okay.
And they hear a baby crying in the dumpster, the same dumpster that you see, probably with Driftwood's spray painted on it from the beginning.
Okay. All right.
So they hear a baby crying. They rush down the alley. They save the baby. They try to save it. They rush it to a nearby hospital. And while they're in the waiting room, he proposes to her right there, and she asks to take.
But they've known each other for a while though before that.
Yeah, Jeff and Chloe are the ones that find the baby.
Yeah, but they've known each other for a while.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he didn't just pop the question like that.
Right. Oh, right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you don't know, but I mean, you assume that, I guess.
Yeah.
But she asks if they can adopt the baby. He smiles, fade to black. That's the hook.
Okay.
Then the film fast forwards 18 years. Seth,
18 years.
Seth, the boy that they rescued from the dumpster, is sitting somewhere writing, and whatever he's writing about, it goes into another. The whole film is set in black and white.
Okay.
And it goes into whatever he's writing about, whatever parable he's writing about. For example, the first one's about bullying. It goes into a theater or some other form of media. It's in color and it's acted out. And then he basically works at a nursing home. He meets Holly, who will change.
Who works in the nursing home?
Seth. That's the boy.
Seth is the dumpster kid?
Correct.
Okay.
And Holly. He meets Holly, who will change his life, and there's 2 bad influences in his life, Johnny H. and
But if I can just backtrack, can we assume that Jeff and Chloe raised Seth? Can we assume that?
Yes.
Okay.
They're still in the fifth.
So they raised Seth.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And then Mike and Johnny H are bad influences
on Seth.
And Yes, and it's all about life. And he writes parables, and it breaks away from the black and white, goes into parable. You know, different bullying, sex, alcohol, drugs, and divorce. All these are parables.
So Driftwood is not really about Jeff and Chloe. It's about Seth.
Correct. That's why the dumpster is at the beginning.
Okay.
Because that's a very good question. Because people are like, I wanted to know what happened to Jeff and Chloe.
Right.
But if
it's
you see
not
the
really
dumpster,
about them.
Right. If you see the dumpster at the beginning, no noise. You're going to know.
Yeah.
But Seth's already in. He's already writing. He's already in one of the gifts that is God-given gifts. That's partly. It's basically a lot of it's about enabling teens to say yes to the right things through operating in the spiritual gifts that God gave them. And I took out the church, but I'm going to keep prayer in there because I really feel that prayer is a universal thing.
Okay.
I want it to be universal, not secular.
Yeah.
If you break down the word universal, one, verse, poem for all. And
what's the difference between universal and secular?
secular, they say it's trying to too broad an audience.
Okay.
But this is for the good of everyone. Because I didn't want to be just Christian. Because I don't want someone who's of the Muslim faith, a teen in Iran or wherever, to say, I don't want to see it because it's a Christian film.
Yeah.
That's not so. I took the church out, so that's fine. But then it was a place of worship. But I always hit roadblocks.
Yeah.
But prayer to me is universal.
Yeah. So the central theme of this is spirituality.
Well, no, I mean, not.
Would you say?
It's life.
It's life.
Basically the thing is, the Driftwood is a parable of life.
Yeah.
And it has all these little parables that that's the best way I can explain it. Because it's taken me so. I mean, I just rewrote it. When it comes out in the theater, nothing has ever been done that's going to be as creative as this, and we can get as creative as we like.
Okay.
Teens are going to see this 3 or 4 times because it's not the normal as the film comes out. So it's I hope to go worldwide someday, and freshwater and mosquito nets in Africa. That's what part of it, and then everywhere else we can explode with different non-denominational, spiritual, whatever, non-profit organizations for teens and the rest of the world.
But can we say that this film is, or the screenplay is about Seth and his struggles and his temptations?
Yes.
And he wants to keep the straight course?
Right.
Is that what it's about?
By sticking to his gift, which is writing, it can keep him away from danger. You know what I mean?
It sounds autobiographical.
Well,
and those are the best stories, right?
That's a great. Because by writing this anthology, my 8 books, I feel that I got saved. This is another one. Sips of beer were replaced by words on the page.
This was therapy. This is your therapy.
Oh my goodness! It's basically enabling teens to say yes to the right things. But the tagline is "One life can make a difference."
Yeah. So basically, what you're doing is you're writing this. Obviously, it's art, but you're also, if there is a message, if you can say there's a message, it's about you and what you went through and how you were saved, and you're trying to show other people that this could work for them.
If I would have known that if I would have seen it, if someone had put this movie in front of me before, the kid next door who just the religious, the irony of it was the religious family, they went away every summer, right? So that left any Tom, Dick, or Harry or whoever with money to move in. Well, a single mom moved in with her kids, and this guy that was a year older than me asked if I'd ever smoked weed. I was like 12, and I'm like, dude, I'm 12. And we bought a joint for $1. And let's just say the rest is history.
Yeah.
Because every day that summer I got high. Yeah. I mean, I don't do it anymore, but still, If I would have saw that in front of me, I'm a visual kinesthetic, I'm spoon-fed, auditory.
Yeah.
But to see it, if I would have seen
So that was a wrong path for you to take.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's basically, enabling teens to say yes to the right thing. So yes, that's a good insight there, Voss.
Sure.
Autobiographical.
Yeah, but those are the best kinds of stories.
Yeah.
It comes from here, and then you write out.
I've been through a lot,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and Seth is much younger than you. He's just starting his life.
Right, and I wasn't going to touch on this, but in '86 I was hit by a car, and I shouldn't even be alive right now.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
I think that I'm around for this purpose as part of it.
Yeah.
And I have a spiritual calling to go to Kenya, and I told you that too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But why not? Why not make a movie? Why not write a book? Why not better the world? I'm not talking about saving the world. I'm talking about bettering the universe.
Yeah. But first and foremost is also art, though.
Oh yeah. Art is.
It's the screenplay.
I got a Bachelor of Science, and like, what am I doing here? I barely graduated. I checked a grade on the way to commencement.
Right.
What am I doing into art and science? I'm like, I would have found out that. Oh, this is another thing. Each teen should learn how to take a career aptitude test. Find their spiritual gifts, and their learning style. All these things are huge. I mean, if I would have known that, I would have not gone into. I don't know. I would have gone into creative communication or whatever, but not something in the theater. You know what I mean? Something that.
Well, you were rudderless, and you were trying to show how you can find the rudder at an early age instead of wasting all this time.
I like that.
Yeah, it's you're wasting all this time drifting.
Well, we're all Driftwood, but we need to be anchored in one of the book is Driftwood, but then there's 7 different books, and it's all rainbow anthology, and the Driftwood at the beginning is just a piece of Driftwood, but at the end, the anchored has the same piece of Driftwood, but it has a light coming down from above. So he's anchored in God by that time, and that's why I say that. By writing all these books and having them published like that, it saved me. So that's
the story of Driftwood.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for listening.